shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
Here comes Lionel Hollins. He's got a good left-handed jump. Fine defensive play by Ted McLean out of bounds.
That was a real fine defensive play by Lionel Hollins. I think David Thompson is definitely at a disadvantage when he's out at the guard position, because I think the two guards on the floor right now are much quicker than David.
So David has to pick up Lionel Hollins. That's number 33, Thompson. Hollins to Walton. There's Twardzik. He and McLean tangle on a play underneath the basket already earlier this afternoon. Hollins, who has the good left-handed shot. And a foul underneath on a push-off situation. The official raising his hands is Bruce Alexander. He's out of the pack 8. There's Ted McLean, the foul against Portland. The crowd is in a frenzy already. They had a 2.5-minute standing ovation for the Trailblazers.
We'll get a chance to look at that last foul there. You see Lionel Hollins goes up for the shot, and there's a lot of action underneath the basket. Right there, Bobby Gross pushed off Ted McLean, and that's where the foul was.
That is his second foul. On the team foul basis, the Trailblazers have 4. The Nuggets have only 3. We have an 18-15 score as Portland leads by 3. This is their biggest margin. Now it is cut down to 1. Dan Issel with 6.
I'll tell you, Issel's kind of wound up. He's looking for that outside shot. He's going to make Bill come out on him, and I bet you he'll go to the basket after that.
Mind you, Boston has won their game 124 to 119. And in the other contest, it is Washington over Houston 93 to 90. And we have a doubleheader for you here in the NBA on the coast. You'll be jumping back and forth and watching the Los Angeles Lakers against Golden State. So you're really seeing 4 for the price of 1. Bill Walton. And a foul underneath.
Well, as we were saying earlier, Jerry, you know, in playoff time, the adrenaline starts to flow. These players really go at it, and right now, Paul Silas and Maurice Lucas have been going at it ever since the playoff series started. Those two guys get underneath the basket, and they're really banging. And there you see Larry Brown. He's not too happy with that call either.
Larry has made a switch with his strategy. He has put Paul Silas at 6'7" to watch Maurice Lucas at 6'9". He has switched forwards, and of course he moved at one time. Thompson on the back line where he is now. It's been a tough task for Silas to do it. Lucas has 7 points, but he muscles him as well as anyone. The 2-inch advantage is difficult to overcome, but that's what has enabled Denver to come back and win game 2. Now you see Thompson operating on the back line. Good defense by Hollins. Thompson hustling for the loose ball. No whistles. Hollins has had a habit of getting in foul trouble. Silas trying to make his move, knocked away. Here comes Twardzik. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Twardzik, who penetrates well, misses the shot, keeps the ball alive. And Russell, or rather, knocking it out of Walton's hands and into Issel's hands. And Issel makes the play.
That was a real fine play by Bobby Jones. He was just going to make Walton either make contact with him or let him have the ball. And he went right after the basketball and slapped it to Dan Issel.
Now watch the wheel play. He'll have Walton up high, and the forwards will cross, and the guards will cross.
Yep.
There it is, and Gross goes in for 2 and misses the shot. Silas with a rebound. 3:17 to go. It is 20 to 19, and a Nuggets basket here would bounce them into the lead. Their biggest lead was 7 in the period. That's McLean taking Gross out. Good move, good drive.
A real good penetrating move by Ted McLean. He has to look to go to the basket a little bit more, and here we get a chance to see him. He gets Lionel. Bobby Gross faked up. He splits 2 men, goes right to the basket. Nice bank shot off the board.
That's the 4th lead change already in the game, and it's now 21 to 20 in favor of Denver. Maurice Lucas.
And Portland is really looking to go to Lucas down deep. Once Lucas gets the ball, I don't think the Silas can handle him down deep.
Paul has to deny him from getting the ball early. We are back here in Portland. There is a rumor that that is Tom O'Neill and John McDonough, our producer and director, respectively. But they're the real ones right there. There's a shot of the fans, and Lenny, the crowd really jacks the ball club up here. Portland really has somewhat of an advantage, but in the playoffs, you as a player, you had some thoughts about the advantage concerning a home club?
Well, I think early in the playoff situations, Jerry, there isn't any home court advantage. Both teams are really keyed up. The adrenaline's flowing, and you just go out and play. I think as the series goes on, if it gets to fifth, sixth game, then I think the home court really comes in and becomes an advantage for one team or another.
It's funny that your sentiments were echoed by Matt Calvin just prior to the game also. That's David Thompson, and Thompson makes it now. Denver 23 and Portland 22. So the Nuggets have jumped into the lead again. Hollins on the back line against Thompson. Twardzik, great shooter normally. Shot 61% in the playoffs. He gets another try. That is unusual to see him miss two from there. A palming violation or a double dribble called by the rookie referee. He has done 3 league games last year in the NBA. Bruce Alexander, he's out of Tacoma. He is working with the veteran Richie Powers, now in his 18th working year. Powers is the referee underneath. Now Walton with a good move past Webster flat on that one.
That's the advantage that a big guy like Walton has. And here you see he faces him up, gets a little step by him, goes right to the basket for a stuff.
And he almost banged into someone on a charge, but eluded the defender, so he did not get the offensive call against him. Thompson whacks it in, and the lead goes seesaw back and forth. So Portland took the lead of 1, and now Denver comes roaring back with 1:39 to go in the first period. They're up by 1. Webster and Walton really got into it in game 2, Lenny, and it looked at one time as though the two big men might lock horns as Matt Calvin comes in.
Well, they're banging at it pretty good in that game. They were really going to it, and of course Webster wanted to establish that he had rights on the floor, and he and Bill were going at it pretty good. But it's like I said, it's all part of playoff, and you see Walton on the bench right now getting the breather.
Bill Walton has scored in the game 9 points. Dan Issel in their personal duel has scored 8. Marvin Webster's in now against Robin Jones at 6'9". Jones on a switch picks up the other Jones, Bobby. And you see little Matt Calvin, who said before the game he's going to have to begin to look to take the shot more. That's Webster. Lucas switched and picked him up. Time running out on the clock. Out of bounds it goes, and it'll belong to whom? They say it goes to Portland.
If there was one disadvantage that I would say that Denver has is that they don't pass the ball that well around.
A 25-24 game. The Nuggets lead. Maurice Lucas. Lucas has rammed in 11 already. He is high man in the game. Matt Calvin brings it up. He ran the attack very well in the second period in game 2. Working on the back line with Jim Price. And Willie Wise has gone up front in the left corner against Bob Gross. Calvin looking for the pick and roll play. Lionel Hollins over to Gilliam. We welcome now our Los Angeles Golden State fans watching the game in Oakland and here in Portland with 30 seconds to go in the first period. It's 26 for Portland and 25 for Denver. I'm Jerry Gross along with Lenny Wilkins, and it has been a game of lead changes, Len. We have had quite a game back and forth.
Well, so far we've had 9 lead changes, Jerry, and this is an exciting game. The fans are into it. The players are into it. There's a lot of contact out there, but the game is in control with Richie Powers on the whistle.
Maurice Lucas. The team in white, of course, is Portland. The team in the dark uniforms with 13 seconds to go in the first period. The visitors, Denver, who knotted up the series by winning by 11 points back in Denver the other night. And now with the series tied, that's Willie Wise trying to pump it in, and Jim Price behind Gilliam shoots at the buzzer. It would have counted had it gone, but it didn't go. At the end of one period, it's 28-25 in favor of Portland. You're looking at Jim Price in the dark uniform. That, of course, the visitors, the Denver Nuggets. Matt Calvin on the back line starting. Marvin Webster is in the hole against Robin Jones. That is Bobby Jones. He's yet to score. And an air ball taken away by Herm Gilliam on the back line working with Hollins. Hollins has a good left-handed jumper.
I'll tell you, early in the first quarter, Bobby Jones did not look at the basket, and that's something that he's going to have to do. He was a real factor in the second game in Denver, and he's got to think offense.
Both teams shooting 52% in the first period. Rebounded by Bobby Jones. Let's see if it counts. before the shot. No basket.
And that time we saw Marvin Webster go down deep, and in the huddle, Larry Brown was telling him that he was staying too much on the high post, and he had to switch it around and get down deep where they can get the ball to him. Here we take a chance. We get a chance to see on the replay here. He fakes Robin Jones up. He comes right down, right across the wrist there. Fouled him in the act of shooting.
So that is a team foul, not in the act of shooting, they say, and he will not go to the line. They said he was fouled, I guess, before the shot, the replay that we saw. So that was the interpretation by the official. That's Larry Steele. Willie Wise. Webster at 7-1, working in the middle, underneath against Robin Jones. He is a rookie of 6'9". Now Issel is back in. As you see, Webster has come out. Let's go now to Gary Bender and Steve Jones in Oakland.
As we have a score of Los Angeles 27, Golden State 17, 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. In the purple uniforms, the Los Angeles Lakers, as Cazzie Russell misses the shot, and big rookie Robert Parrish brings it down. Golden State has been outscored 11-2 after opening up with a 4-0 lead. Parrish outside, the 7-foot rookie can't get it, and Tom Abernathy, another rookie out of Indiana, brings it down up to Don Chaney. It just hasn't been a very productive first quarter for Golden State as the ball batted out of bounds. It'll be the Warriors' ball. And Steve, Golden State, I'm sure, very concerned that they've lost that shooting touch again.
Well, they lost the shooting touch because they're taking bad shots. There's an example right there. Sonny Parker on the wing. He tries to go a little one-on-one, and he charges. And, again, they're not getting shots at the basket. The Lakers are coming down and getting good shots. They're usually scoring, and if they're not scoring, they're getting the second effort.
Here's Earl Tatum, picked up by Dudley. We have 20 seconds left now in this first quarter of play. 27-17, a 10-point lead for the Lakers, who have won the first two of this best-of-7 playoff series. Earl Tatum with Dudley on him, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Off it goes to C.J. Kupek. He's a good outside shooter. Tatum will try one. He got it with 2 seconds on the shot clock and a foul underneath. Nice shot from outside and a foul coming up against Kupek. Bounced in. And with 3 seconds left, Golden State now will be going to the line. Earl Tatum is an amazing athlete, isn't he, Steve? He can do it all.
He has a great deal of quickness, of foot speed, and he's excellent for them.
So with 3 seconds left now in this first quarter, 29-17, Los Angeles leads.
Look over to Bobby and his David taking one all this. Come on now. Go down.
The preceding public service message has been brought to you in cooperation with the National Basketball Association. Back here in Portland, we left you with a 30-27 lead for the Trailblazers with 10.5 to go. Robin Jones pushed Dan Issel underneath, was not caught, got the rebound, and stuffed it in, a 5-footer. And it's a 5-point lead, and is now a 32-27 score. And you're watching a play a moment ago. We'll see, Lenny Wilkins, what'll come up on the inbounds play.
Well, let's look and see if they run that play and see how effective it is. Larry Brown designed that play. They want to clear out and get Thompson one-on-one there. There it is. And he's making his move on Gilliam. They had success on the play.
Unbelievable setup by Larry Brown in the timeout, which we were able to eavesdrop on. And you saw the result of the timeout. 2 points now makes it 32-29. That's Walton going against this. A lot of physical action. No basket. He traveled on the play.
That's a good call by Richie Powers. Bill made a real fine fake, but he did pick up both feet.
While we were away, there was a near fist fight between Larry Steele and Jim Price. They both went at it, pushing each other with their hands, and they had to break it up. No punches were really thrown. That's Issel inside. Rebounded from behind Silas by the taller Walton. Lloyd Neal was in the game earlier. Knocked out of bounds, and Neal is back in the game now, number 36.
That's something also Larry Brown was talking about. Denver has to play much better defense. They have to get back on defense to make that change a lot quicker than they did earlier, and that time they did it.
Walton with it in the hole. Feet drop, boogie to Gross, and Bob scores. 9 minutes to go. We are in the second period. It is 34-29. The biggest lead was 7 by Denver in the first period, but they ended up down 28-25 at the end of one. Their biggest man was, for the Nuggets, with 9, David Thompson. The biggest man for Portland in the first period was Maurice Lucas with 13. Dave Twardzik, who's had problems with a bad back, against Jim Price. That's Neal going against Silas. He's bigger and stronger than Silas, more mobile. Inside, that was Twardzik.
I tell you, that's an unforgivable thing. You're not supposed to let the guard get under the basket like that. He should have been blocked off.
Twardzik, a little guy. That's 6'1". Very aggressive. Thompson playing outside as a guard. That's Silas tearing the ball down. Silas inside. They feel he traveled. No whistle. The tip missed by Issel. And they might have called a foul on the attempted tip. Larry Brown wants it.
We'll get a chance to look at that on the replay. There you see Silas gets the ball. He's trying to get good position right there, get control. Now he goes up, and they call a loose ball foul.
It'll be on Neal. That'll be his first foul. Lucas has 2 fouls. Walton has 1. Issel has 1, and Silas has 2. We now have a shooting foul call on it. That's Richie Powers, very much in command of the game. The veteran has been around 20 years as an official, 18 working in the NBA. He sat out a couple of years. And that's Paul Silas at the line. Silas has been a beer on the boards in this, with 11 rebounds in the first game and 9 in the second. Silas on the year at the foul line. Hit 66.5%. He averages 7 points a game. His big plus with Denver has been on the boards and playing defense.
Well, Paul has probably been one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, and until Moses Malone this year broke Silas's record.
A 6-point lead right now by Portland. This is their largest lead. Twardzik against Price. Neal has gone in the corner. Walton playing in the middle, and there it goes. The battle between the redhead and Big Dan Issel. Issel with good position has the ball. What a game he played in game 2. Silas feeding underneath Bobby Jones. Blocked by Walton. They're going to call it goaltending. I think they said he pinned it. Oh, is Bill Walton mad? Look at him.
Oh, he has to be upset on that play there. I tell you, it looked like a great play, and we'll get a chance to look at that. Here, Paul Silas makes a real fine pass to Bobby Jones, who goes up, and Bobby Jones is going to stuff the ball rather than use the backboard, and Walton is right on top of the ball.
If he pinned it against the backboard, it would have been goaltending, but it was not. They call a foul.
Well, they probably feel that there was a little bit of body contact on the play, but I'll tell you, it had to be very minimum.
It's hard to believe, Lenny, but right now that is Bobby Jones' first point in the game, and we're with 7:59 to go in the second period. The redhead is upset.
He has right to be upset. I thought that was a real fine play by Bill Walton.
That call was made by the rookie referee underneath. With 7:55 to go in the second period, the lead is 5. Walton has the ball. 17 on the timer. Gilliam. No harm, no foul, they say. And Richie Powers saw it, said no effect on the game, and didn't call it. Twardzik getting inside, penetrating, and Neal. It counts, and he's fouled in the active shooting.
I'll tell you, this fan hit, the fans here are really excited. They're into this game. But that was a good move by Lloyd Neal, and we'll get a chance to look at that play again. There you see Twardzik with the ball. He's going to make his move right here between 2 people, looking for the open man. He gives it to Lloyd Neal. Right there, he's fouled by Bobby Jones, but he gets the shot up on the boards.
Willie Wise made the play to try and cover up the right wing, and by doing so, Bobby Jones had to switch and come over, and they called a foul on the last play against Jones. That for Bobby will be his first. So now it's 4 team fouls for Portland and 1 team foul for Denver. That makes it 38-33, the 5-point lead. That was Willie Wise with his first 2 points. Walton playing at the high post, primarily a good passer, as you see there, but it's too far. Twardzik felt he was held on the play and no whistle.
Well, I'll tell you, that's something that Bill Walton gives Portland that Denver doesn't have. They can get that ball to Bill, and everybody starts moving without the ball because Bill is such an outstanding passer. He'll find the open man.
There you see Larry Brown calling out a play. He told his men a moment ago, if you can't hear me, we'll work it on a sign language where I want you to go. Issel going inside at Thompson.
Well, they want to take advantage of David Thompson right now. If they get him down deep, and if they can get the ball to him, no one's going to stop him.
So they're going to try and post Hollins and get Hollins in foul trouble and also take advantage of the great jumping ability of this man, David Thompson. David already has 14. The rebound over to Ted McLean. His pass is deflected. Intercepted by Hollins, who puts it over to Walton. Twardzik and Gross. It's 4-on-2. Lucas, watch him go inside. He'll get 2 shots. Foul by Bobby Jones. Oh, he's so strong, Lenny.
I tell you, Lucas is a fine player. He's a smart player, too. And we'll get a chance to see the ball coming down on the break with Gross. Right there, Gross fakes like he's going to pass it to Twardzik.
left to go in the second period. You're watching Larry Brown diagram a play for his Denver Nuggets, who trail in the contest by 3.
Yeah, I can see it.
Lenny, the play coming up now. You can see it. What is the play?
All right, that play right there, they're going to set up to get either Willie Wise or David Thompson.
It's 38-35. We welcome the Los Angeles Lakers Golden State Warriors audience back to Portland. We have 6 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the second period. Portland has held most of the way in the second period, and at the line you're watching Maurice Lucas. The score is 38-35. Lucas is at the line. He'll get a pair. He's got 13 already, and he's 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe. Portland, of course, in the white uniform. The team in the dark or the blue. That would be the Denver Nuggets.
Well, Maurice Lucas has been the biggest offensive threat in the playoff series between these two clubs so far. He's doing an outstanding job again today.
15 points for Lucas. At the foul line, he has missed but 1. It's now 40-35.
Okay, let's see if we get a chance to watch that play. They were diagramming in the huddle. They get the ball over to Willie Wise there, and they do get it down to Issel, plus he misses a shot. They wrote the play. They ran it.
Rebounded, taken off down now by Portland. That's Gross in the corner against Willie Wise. Issel against Walton in the middle. And frankly, Issel outplayed Walton in game 2. The hook by Hollins. He gets the roll. Lionel Hollins gets the roll. He's got 6 points. No one really in foul trouble. We have a couple of players with 2. Jones, Silas, and Gross. Also Lucas and Walton. We are in the second period. 42-35 Portland. That's David Thompson. You can't give him that shot, Lenny Wilkins.
No, you can't. David's too good a shooter from about 10, 12 feet.
16 big ones for Thompson. He's had a good game, and he's playing as a guard. Walton trying to get the rebound, and Issel takes it away from him. Paul Silas, who is tough on the boards, is not a great threat outside, will work inside. Thompson, who can hit outside, tries to go one-on-one on Hollins. That's an offensive foul against David Thompson.
Well, that's an area that you don't really want David up on top handling the ball and running your offense. So he should be out on the wing where he could be very free to do it. And there you see he's trying to force his way to create something, and he bumps right into Lionel Hollins.
Hollins had good position. They like to use the 1-3-1 offense and put him on the wing. That's Lucas. Good defense by Issel. Good defense. Saved by Issel. Fine play by the big fella.
A real fine play by Dan Issel. But I think Portland's got to look to go to Walton down deep a little bit more, because I think that they have kind of an advantage.
What an advantage here. Thompson wants to go one-on-one on Lucas. Can't do it. 35-30. Los Angeles leading Golden State. And here in Portland, it's 42-37. Portland over Denver. A big doubleheader with NBA playoff action coming your way this afternoon on CBS. That's Maurice Lucas. Bob Gross. Back over toward Walton on a pick and roll, but it's intercepted by Willie Wise, and a foul.
Now, that's the type of foul that you really don't want to commit. Not in the backcourt there.
Coming into the game, you see Marvin Webster. So at the end of with 4:43 remaining here in the second period, the score, Portland 42 and Denver 37. Paul Silas still in the game. Will set the lineup. David Thompson coming in, the rookie. Wally Walker at 6'7". Substitution as Willie Wise goes to the line. Marvin Webster up front. And Ted McLean. That rounds out the lineup for the visiting Denver Nuggets. Willie Wise going to the line. Wise out of Drake. He is 6'6". He's a veteran. He's been around. Signed as a free agent in the ABA, and Wise now has 4 points. That's Walton. Lucas has a lot of time. You can't give him time there.
Well, I tell you, that play was set up by Maurice Lucas setting the screen, but the Denver players did not react because they didn't talk on defense, and they had 2 people running at the same guy.
The lead is 5. 4:20 to go. A total now of 17 for Maurice Lucas. Wise playing up front, working along with McLean, and it goes over to Webster. Good rebound by the rookie, Wally Walker. The top draft goes. Hollins has it. Hollins can penetrate as well as pull up. We got a foul on the pass, I believe. Let's see what the call is by the rookie referee. As Jim Price comes back in the ball game, Willie Wise now comes out.
Well, on that play there, Jerry, was a football. One of the players kicked the ball So now it's Portland's ball. Portland's trying to get their fast break going. They're really trying to run every chance they get.
They have 5 team fouls, and the Denver Nuggets have 2. We have 4 minutes flat to go as we speak to you here in the second quarter. Hollins trying to fight the 24-second clock. The rebound taken away by David Thompson. McLean playing on the back line now with Price, and they have moved David Thompson back up front where he's more comfortable as a forward. Webster grabs the rebound, and Robin Jones might have pushed off, backing into him.
That was a real good play by the official. He was right on top of that. Robin Jones was trying to block off Webster, and he just kept backing out and just really bumped him out of the area.
A lot of times the officials could give that call to the man inside.
And right now, the Trailblazers are in a penalty situation with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go.
Big factor there, and it was a big factor, of course, in the second game where Bill Walton fouled out, so the officiating plays a big part in it. Webster misses his first 3 missed so far by the Denver Nuggets. Portland Trailblazers have missed 2. Foul is on Robin Jones. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. Second period. The lead is cut down to 4. Denver led by 7, then trailed by 3 at the end of 1. One time in this period, Portland led by 6. Now the lead is 44 to 40. Dvorak going with Hollins. Robin Jones playing up high, and Maurice Lucas playing down low with a height advantage against Silas. Silas really leaning on him. What a battle between Silas and Lucas down low.
I tell you, they've really been going at it, and of course Paul has to bump him. He just can't let Lucas come across the middle because he's too big. If he gets that ball in the middle, that close to the basket, he's going to be in great position. And of course Silas picks up his 3rd personal foul now.
And so in the ball game, number 40 coming in for Denver, Byron Beck at 6'9". Bobby Jones is back in. Beck is in. David Thompson, Jim Price, and Ted McLean. Bill Walton now comes in the middle. And out of the game, Robin Jones, who has given Bill a much-needed break. And now Walton's going against Jones in the middle.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
I can't either.
Other than maybe Bobby Jones, with his quickness, will try and bother Walton.
Boy, that'll be tough if he takes him down low. That Lucas trying to go over the top of Byron Beck. Here comes Denver now. They trail by 4. Price looking for a man. That's no charge on that play. Dvorak can't believe it. And on the play, the shot is missed by Thompson. And on that play, both officials were screened out. That's all there was to it. The trail official was screened out, and the underneath official was totally screened out.
Well, both of them were screened out, but I thought there was a little bit of faking done by Dvorak. And here you see the ball comes back to the top. Right there, the player's going straight up, which he has air rights, and Dvorak falls back, doing a good acting job. And right there, David Thompson gets fouled in the act of shooting.
Thompson has a total of 17 points, so Thompson will go to the line. Let's see if he can pump in 2 fouled in the act. The foul was called on the last play against Wally Walker.
One thing, Jerry, is that Richie Powers is in full control of this game. We know it's a playoff game. There's a lot of banging and bumping. Players are trying to play good defense, but Richie Powers is in control of the game, and I don't think you'll see any fights here.
Thompson hit 76.5% from the line. 3 minutes and 5 seconds here in Portland with a 44-41 lead for Portland. Let's go now to Gary Bender and Steve Jones in Oakland.
And welcome to Oakland with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second quarter. The Lakers lead the Golden State Warriors 41-38. In the purple, the dark uniforms, the Los Angeles Lakers have had their lead cut down. Golden State making a spurt in the second quarter. Jabbar missing, but Don Ford is able to follow for 2. As Golden State making a move, all of a sudden has been shut back off again.
Well, that trip down, they got the ball inside it. Jabbar, he takes it and shoots his fadeaway jumper, and then Don Ford comes in and gets a tap in, and that's what they did early in the quarter and set up a little bit better on their offense and got second effort.
Jabbar brings it out to Earl Tatum. Tatum up to Bo Lamar. Looked like that might have been blocked partially by Wilkes. Follow tip by Tatum, and they've got 2 follow tips inside for 2 back-to-back baskets. 8 points for Tatum, 45-38. Substitution now getting ready to come in to the Golden State lineup. Johnson, Charles Johnson, has really been a welcome addition to Golden State this afternoon. He has 10 points thus far. 45-40, a 5-point lead for Los Angeles. Bo Lamar, Johnson on him, into the big guy, Kareem. Kareem always looking for that open man. Battled away. Al Haddle's crew really doing a good job on throwing that to Jabbar to Barry. Good execution that time by Golden State. And Rick Barry now has 15 points, and it's now a 3-point game.
Charlie Johnson, without a doubt, playing his finest game so far. He made that play. He just kept hustling. He dove after the ball, got it up to Gus Williams, who pitched it ahead to Barry for an easy score.
And Jabbar now has been fouled. And Al Attles, you can see him looking on. He did not like that one at all.
And right here, Ray has his hand on his back. He tries to come in and give a little help right here. He pulls the ball away, and the Warriors think they got a bad call, and everybody's trying for a little intimidation, and the Warriors are down by 3 with 2:19.
45-42, Los Angeles leads the Golden State Warriors at 2:19.
And we thank you, Gary and Steve. We're back here in Portland with 1:52 to go, and it's 49-44. We left you with a 2-point lead for Portland. Walton with a driving layup was fouled by Byron Beck to make it a 5-point lead as he made the foul shot. David Thompson hit on a right-handed jumper to cut it to 3, but Wally Walker hit on an 8-footer to give the lead back to 5 to Portland again, and here we are. In possession, the team in dark is Denver. The team in white, of course, Portland. 49-44 in favor of Portland. Walton trying to get the air ball by Thompson, cannot do it. David runs into a spectator. The spectator's okay, and so is David Thompson. Now Walton is called to play at the high post, and Lucas will go on the low post. Let's watch what happens here. 49-44. Walton wants the ball, then they'll cut off him. The 2 forwards underneath, the 2 guards up high. He doesn't get the ball, so the play is broken. Wally Walker. Touch for that kid. What a touch.
He's got a fantastic touch, and if you give him any open shot on the floor, he's going to put it in the basket.
Wally Walker, the top draft choice out of Virginia, a rookie at 6'7", hit that one from way out. And there's Byron Beck, number 40 in the game, going to Marvin Webster underneath, and the rookie referee calls a foul against, I believe, Bill Walton in the hole.
Well, right now...
No, it is not against Walton. It is against Wally Walker.
Because right now we see Herm Gillian coming into the game, but Denver's having problems getting that ball down deep. Webster's had good position 2 or 3 times, and they just can't seem to get the ball into him.
Interesting thing, while they were lining up at the foul line, Marvin Webster came over and patted the backside of Bill Walton, and Walton touched him on the arm, and you know they almost got in a fight in Denver, and Walton just then looked at him. They looked at each other, they smiled, and Bill motioned with his elbow and held it up about chin high, and both men nodded, and now they both battle each other for the rebound, but apparently there is no animosity between both big men.
Well, it never is, really, and what it all is that both teams want to win. They want to win very badly, and when they're out on that court, they're playing hard.
Bobby Jones has been limited to 3 foul shots in this game. That's all he scored, and he is one of their big scorers, averaging 15. That has been a factor. David Thompson now has banged home 21 points. Marvin Webster up high. It's 51-46, 40 seconds to go. Jones trying to get some room to move inside. Lucas has shut him off. Willie Wise against Wally Walker. They're playing the rookie against the veteran. Webster going against Bill Walton. Great defense. 4 seconds to shoot, and Price has to do it. The rebound taken away underneath on a fine effort by Marvin Webster. Over to Jones. His first field goal. His first field goal with 21 seconds to go in the period.
Well, there isn't any question about it. Bobby Jones has got to look at the basket. His teammates have got to look at Bobby Jones, and he has to kind of give them some kind of help out there offensively.
Much like Phil Smith with Golden State, he has to get into their offense, and Bobby Jones has to get into the offense of Denver. Driving, it's Lionel Hollins. Let's see, the basket counts. He's fouled in the act of shooting. He was low bridged by Willie Wise, the rookie referee says, and he'll go to the line.
Well, that's probably where Denver has its greatest weakness, and that's the backdoor situation, which Portland runs very well. There you see Maurice Lucas bounce past to Lionel Hollins on a backdoor play. He goes right to the basket, and that is where Denver is probably the weakest defensively.
A 5-point lead, 3 seconds to go. We're in the second period. Willie Wise comes out of the game. Matt Calvin comes back in. And Jack Ramsey now wants to make another substitution and gets Larry Steele back in the game. Steele had words with Jim Price. They almost got into a fight earlier. So Robin Jones comes out. It is Lucas, Steele, Hollins, Gilliam, and Gross in the game for Portland. Denver counters with Bobby Jones, Matt Calvin, Jim Price, and David Thompson in the contest. Rounding out the lineup in there underneath on the right side, looks like I can't see who it is. It looks like Ted McLean.
Well, Lionel Hollins got to be pretty sore. He landed right on his hip on that play there. But I tell you, he gives him that dimension. He end towards it. Both players can penetrate, and both players can, when they do penetrate, can find the open man, and that makes them very dangerous.
Hollins is so important to this club, too, Lenny, because he plays the way you used to play. He penetrates, and if he can stay out of foul trouble, he can engineer their attack. He's a very important cog in the wheel. Now we'll watch him at the foul line. Hollins averages 14 and a half, and he has punched in 9 now. 9 points. That's the end of the first half here in Portland, Oregon at the Memorial Coliseum Complex. Lenny Wilkens here at halftime. It has been a bruising battle, but by and large, this one has belonged to Portland throughout most of the second period after being down by 7 in the first period.
Well, so far in this half, Portland's been playing real good team defense, but better than that, they've been playing good team offense. Everybody's getting involved. With Denver, on the other hand, it's been all an individual effort, and mostly by David Thompson, who had a real fine quarter, getting 12 points.
Yes, he did, and he, of course, had been moved up front for a while. He started as a guard. It'll be interesting to see what Larry Brown will do in the second half. It's still anyone's game, and, of course, a very vital one because this is the third contest of this best 4 out of 7. And it's all tied up right now at 1-1. Lenny, if you go to the second half and you're thinking about it now, what are your thoughts on what might be the key for this one?
Well, I think right now Denver is not getting very much out of Bobby Jones. I mean, he's got to look to go to the basket, and if he's not, then they have to move David Thompson to a forward and let David be able to freelance a little bit more, because when he's in a guard position, it's too difficult because he has to be responsible for running the ball club, and I don't think that really helps his offense.
Okay, the score is 54-48. That's here at halftime. So much has been said about the backdoor play in basketball. We are back here in Portland, and it worked to a great degree of success in Game 2. We're watching for it in the second half. And, Lenny, the backdoor play specifically, what is it?
Well, what it is Portland takes advantage of the backdoor situation 2 ways. They run what we call a split game off the high post or off their big forward, Maurice Lucas. And what happens is the defense turns and looks at the ball, and the man goes backdoor. And I kind of drew up something here where we can illustrate it for you. If we're in this situation and this guard right here had the ball, normally he would either pass it to the forward here or he'd pass it down to the center. And once that happens, then this guard comes down and sets a screen right here. This forward would fade and come off. And now Walton could either look for this forward, or what happens many times is this defensive man guarding this guard right here kind of takes a peep at the ball right there. And then the player continues without the ball, and Walton makes a little bounce pass to him, and he gets a backdoor situation. They run that off of Lucas also, and it amazes me that teams haven't defensed that a lot better, because that's one of the oldest plays in basketball. It's like the give-and-go situation.
And right now here at halftime, the score, well, it's a 6-point advantage in favor of the team that you're looking at right now, and that is Bill Walton of the Portland Trail Blazers. They're trying to go 2-1 in the advantage on the series. And here's some of the individual scoring in the first half of play. For Portland, they have been headed by Maurice Lucas with 17 points, 6 out of 9 from the field. 12 points in the game for Bill Walton. He has gone 5 for 10 from the floor. 9 points for Lionel Hollins. 2 points each for David Twardzik and Robin Jones, and also Lloyd Neal. 4 points for Wally Walker and 6 for Bob Gross. We once again welcome our Golden State Los Angeles Lakers audience. We have just started the second half of play. David Thompson has the rebound taken away by Bill Walton. Here comes Lionel Hollins. The score is 54-48 in favor of Portland. Hollins shooting. An air ball partially blocked by Bobby Jones. Of course, the Denver Nuggets in the dark uniforms. They are blue, and that's Thompson making a fine move all the way. And David Thompson in the game has scored 23 points. He is high man in the contest. No one else in double figures for Denver. They trail 54-50 just at the start of things. Lucas in heavy traffic and a foul call. Offensive foul. Richie Powers making the call. And that one goes against Maurice Lucas. It is his third foul, Lenny Wilkens.
And Maurice is not complaining on that call at all, because he did, when he went up for his shot, took his left hand and pushed the defensive person away.
Denver has 11 turnovers in the game, and Portland has a total of 7. Now here's Here's Bob Gross to Hollins, who stumbles and can't shoot the one right-handed.
I'll tell you, Denver's been very lucky because Portland's trying to get their running game in gear, and the Denver defensive transition is very poor. Here we get a chance to see it, and there's where Lionel stumbles with the ball, loses his balance, which causes him to walk on the play.
He did not get enough lift to go with the right hand, and he was short on the driving attempt. 54-50. The lineups in the event you have just joined us. Up front, Bill Walton is paired for Portland against Dan Issel, who has the ball. In the corner, that's Bobby Jones scoring inside. Jones in the first half was nullified. He only took 2 shots in 18 minutes, had a total of 5 points in the game. And now Jones has pumped in a total of 7. And the score is a 2-point advantage going to the team in white. Portland, they're up by 2, but here comes Denver. They could tie the game up with a bucket here. Bobby Jones with an excellent pass over to Thompson. And David Thompson has 25 big ones. And Thompson, playing like a whirling dervish since the second period, has really come alive.
We'll get a chance to see that last play. Right now, Denver is trying to set the tempo of the game. They're getting the ball out. They're moving it around very well.
10 minutes and 36 seconds to go. We are in the third period of play, and it's tied. And Lenny Wilkins, a play we are just watching here, set up by Larry Brown, a defensive play.
Right now, Larry Brown is telling them to play good defense, talk, help one another. And he's also telling them that the Trailblazers are a tired team. Don't force the issue. If we're going to take a shot, let's take a good shot.
Bill Walton misses the hook shot. He was bothered by Dan Issel, but he gets it back. So hustled by the big redhead, breaks the tie. We have had 2 ties in the game, and the lead changes back now for the 10th time.
And there you see all that scrambling under the basket with Bill Walton picking the ball up off the floor and scoring 2 points.
Now back to the attack. Denver down by 2, and Issel with that good shot outside. That's why he's so effective. He can go outside and yet force it inside. It's another tie game, 56-all with 9:55 to go in the third period. The winner of this one has the advantage in the series. Lucas forces the shot. A bad shot forced by Silas.
Well, good defensive play by Paul Silas on that made Lucas take a bad shot.
That was a good defensive effort by Lionel Hollins. And another one by Bill Walton against Bobby Jones. Jones will try again. Good defensive effort. Good rebounding by Silas. He had great position, and he was fouled, I believe, by Lucas from behind.
Well, that's what Denver has to do. They have to continue to hit the boards, and we'll get a chance to see that right here. Now, here's a great play made by McClain. He slaps it to Bobby Jones. A great block by Bill Walton. Issel gets the ball back. He makes a pass. Bobby Jones tries it again, and Silas, getting great rebound position, gets fouled in the act of shooting.
Ball hit 66.5% from the line. One of the more durable players in the NBA. This veteran has been 80 games or better in his last 7 years. Paul Silas now has 6 points in the contest. He has missed 2 from the line. He is 2 out of 4. That makes it now 57-56 as the lead changes hands for the 11th time. Lionel Hollins brings it up. A seesaw battle here in Portland. Bill Walton going in low against Issel. Good move. He was pressurized. Oh, Issel really stumbled that time. He has an infected toe. We watched him in the dressing room have medication applied to it. He did not want to have a needle applied before the game. He is playing in extreme pain with an infected toe on his right foot. That's Issel.
I'll tell you one thing, that affected toe is not affecting his arm. He's a good shooter, and he's looking at that shot.
So Dan Issel now has scored a total of 12. Ball will go against Portland, and Jack Ramsey is furious. Look at him. Oh, is he upset with the rookie referee? And Bruce Alexander just turns and goes away as on the bench they are a little unhappy.
We'll get a chance to see that play right now, Jerry. Right there, Lionel Hollins has the ball. It looks like it rolls off of Thompson's foot, but we couldn't see it that well.
Now you see David Thompson back to live action and double teamed by Hollins and Twardzik. Issel again outside. He can hit that shot, but that was a little too deep. And Twardzik brings it up, 59-58. The Denver Nuggets battling hard before a tremendous crowd. Lucas gets the roll. He has 19.
I tell you, that was a great play by Lucas. He got banged all the way to the basket and still made the hoop.
So Lucas now is 19 in the lead, goes 60-59 in favor of Portland. And the crowd is extolling the defensive virtues of this club, trying to urge him on to play good D. And inside again for the shot. 9, Bobby Jones shut out in the first period. It goes to Denver by 1. We've had 15 lead changes. And we have 8 minutes to go in the third period. Bobby Jones saves it on a fine play. It's still live. Issel's chasing it. And Denver will have the ball. That's Ted McLean. Rebounded by Hollins. Hollins brings it up at 3-on-2 in the left lane. That's Lucas with it. He spins away from McLean, but a foul before the shot. No basket.
That was a real difficult play the last time down court. I think McLean probably should have went to the basket on that play. And here we get a chance to see Lionel Hollins get the ball out. And here he's coming down. He's going to make the defense commit itself. He's going to make the pass right there. And he gets fouled. Actually, it was a good foul by Denver because they didn't get the layup.
Third foul called against McLean. Only one team foul called against both players. The back switch on that one, and it was supposed to be a man cutting around. It may have been deflected out by Issel. Larry Brown didn't like it, but not too unhappy about it. Apparently that was the good call. And Portland will inbound with 7.5 to go in the third period, and they are down by 1. Bill Walton against Issel. Goes with the right hand. Oh, he can go with either hand in there.
I'll tell you, if Issel lets him get position, and we'll see it right here, that's too good a position for a player like Bill Walton. He makes a fine move, takes a little jump hook shot, 2 points.
18 points for Walton at 62-61, and bang, Denver comes back to take the 1-point lead as Bobby Jones scores. Jones has 11 points. What a ball game here in Portland. Walton now against Issel. Goes one-on-one. Jones picks him up. Banks it in.
I'll tell you, we got a fine game going here. Both of these teams are tuned up offensively, and they're looking to go to the basket.
19 points for Lucas, 20 points for Walton. Issel has 12. 25 big ones for David Thompson, 11 points for Bobby Jones. It's 64-63, Portland leading. A block play, good defensive effort underneath. Is there a foul? No foul. He called a foul against Issel, an offensive foul against Dan Issel.
There we get the chance to see Issel's going to try and make his move. He's going to try and fake Walton and go to the basket. Walton establishes great defensive position right there, and Issel fouls him. It's an offensive foul.
Just went in for the driving layup. Twardzik playing with a bad back. Gives his club a 3-point lead. Let's go to Gary Bender in Oakland.
Welcome to Oakland. We have 7 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Los Angeles Lakers have a 3-point, 63-60 lead over the Golden State Warriors. In the gold uniforms, Golden State with the basketball. They've led by 1 point on 2 occasions here in the third quarter. Phil Smith has had a tough playoff, can't get it, but Clifford Gray tries to follow. Here comes Earl Tatum. 3-on-1 break. Tatum's going to take it in. Ford tries to follow. He does on the second shot.
Ford stayed after that one. That time, Earl Tatum showed excellent foot speed and quickness. He got the ball up in a hurry, and they had 2 Lakers down to follow it up.
So it's a 5-point lead again. Los Angeles battling back. Wilkes forces the shot. Here comes the rebound to Ford. Phil Smith tries to hold him up. Ford's been very aggressive in this game. Showed good quickness. He can run for a big man.
He's doing an excellent job of getting up and down the floor. The Warriors need to be reprogrammed. They had an excellent start going for them, and now they revert to one-on-one basketball, and it's gotten them in trouble when they fall behind as Tatum gets his follow-up shot.
That's one of the few shots Kareem has missed, but Tatum was there to follow anyway, and we have a timeout call. Golden State has called timeout. 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Lakers with a 7-point.
We left you here with Portland leading by 3. A goaltending call was made against Bill Walton on a shot taken from outside to cut it down to 1. Ern Gilliam hit with a right-handed jumper to give Portland a 3-point lead. And just a moment ago, a few seconds ago, Dan Issel scored with a driving layup to cut it down to 1. And it's now 68-61. And you'll see the drive attempt here in the foul call on the play.
Right there. That's what we talk about, that backdoor situation. And the defense turns his head, and Jimmy Price fouls Dave Twardzik in the act of shooting.
Twardzik missing at the line with his first attempt. That's what he shot against Chicago. He has been hot from the field.
Amazing statistic. In the first half, Denver only shot 41%, but they were able to stay in the game because they out-rebounded Portland by 10 rebounds and were able to get one more shot. They got 46 attempts at the basket to Portland's 45.
5 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the third period. David Thompson does not get it. Tipped back by Walton, but picked off by Ted McLean. 69-67. A bucket here would tie the game up. Bobby Jones looking for the open man, trying to find it. They had to take the shot. He was fighting the 24-second clock. That shot taken by Jim Price. David Thompson in. It counts, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. What a great offensive attack. What great a hustle and determination on that series by the Denver Nuggets.
I'll tell you, we'll get a chance to look at that, and that's going to show you the capability of David Thompson. I'll tell you, that young man can really get up there. He takes a difficult shot, off balance with two people going at him. The ball is kept alive. Jim Price rebounds it. Now look at this rebound by David Thompson. Goes up, gets fouled in the act of shooting. He now has a chance to complete a three-point play.
He has 27 points in the ball game. Make it 28, and his team vaults back into the lead, 70-69. So the seesaw battle continues. We have had 19 lead changes and 4 ties in the contest. Some kind of a game. Both teams trying to get the one-game advantage. They're tied at 1 apiece. Twardzik.
And that's the thing that you don't want to happen. You play great defense, and then you allow an easy shot like that.
4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. We're in the third period, 71-70. Portland leading in the dark uniform. Bobby Jones gives Denver the lead back. Jones has come alive. He was blanked in the first period. He now has 13 points in the game. And Denver jumps into the lead by 1. That's Twardzik on the back line in white, Portland. They're up against a tough Denver Nuggets team this afternoon. Maurice Lucas. No room to spare with that one. 21 points for Maurice Lucas. And again, the lead bounces back to the other team. Jim Price trying to muscle in on Herm Gilliam. It's lost by David Thompson, taken away by Gilliam. Over to Walker. Walker with a 2-on-4 situation, takes it in anyway. Marvin Webster. Great defensive effort.
I'll tell you, that was a fine play by Marvin Webster, and here Wally Walker is trying to read the defense. He's trying to get the defense to commit itself. There he takes off. Webster's right up there. He almost caught the ball in his hand.
Excellent play. It'll be inbounded by Portland in a whale of a ball game with 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. The lead has changed hands now 20 times in this game, 22 times.
And right now, Richie Powers is making sure that everybody's going to be under control on that floor.
Powers has controlled this game. The veteran NBA official working with a rookie, and the officials have done a splendid job in this one. That's Walton with it, finding Lucas underneath. There's Webster again. Fine defensive effort by the big guy. Marvin Webster at 7-1. The top draft choice of Denver, knocking it away.
We'll get a chance to see that right here. Lucas tries to fake everybody up, and there's Webster. I tell you, he's coming awake in this quarter. He's going to make his presence felt.
Excellent shots taken, and on order of John McDonough, our director, our producer today, Tom O'Neill, here in Oakland. There's the Oakland situation with Los Angeles against Golden State, and here, of course, with this one, this doubleheader you're watching, it is Portland now leading 73-72 over Denver. Timeout has been called.
Hey, you run walls. Don't run through the reason.
Talking to his big center, Marvin Webster. That was Larry Brown, the coach of Denver, talking. Lenny, what play's coming up as time will be back in a matter of seconds in a 73-72 Portland lead?
Okay, Jerry, they want to run a one play for Byron Beck. He's going to come across the middle. They're going to try and hit him for a little hook shot or jump shot, or they have an option for Willie Wise, and in the terms of Larry Brown, they're going to let Willie Wise shake and bake.
Shake and bake. What a line. All right, Beck is number 40. The play set up for him to come around and take a hook. Let's see what McLean will do with it. Beck goes into the low post on the left at the end of a triple stack. There he is, but a nice switch by Gilliam. He couldn't get the ball. Now the mismatch is underneath with Beck against Gilliam. See if they can get it into him. Price gets it in all right, but outside. And Jimmy Price gets his first field goal of the afternoon. And once more, the lead changes hands, and Denver bounces into a one-point lead. Bang, right back. Here's Maurice Lucas with 23 points.
I don't think that Byron Beck can contain Maurice Lucas. Maurice has a little bit too good a quickness for Byron Beck.
24 lead changes in this one. We have had 5 ties and 24 lead changes. Jim Price. That's his second in a row out there. And Denver goes back into the lead, 76-75. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in this exciting third period of NBA playoff action. Walton up against Marvin Webster, who is really pressurizing him, leaning on him in the hole. Walker with an off-balance shot. Beck with a rebound. Now here comes Ted McLean. McLean in the contest. has scored 6 points. He calls out play number 2. Beck is in the middle against Lucas. They're playing Beck at the high post and Webster at the low post. That's Beck again with that right-handed hook. Is fouled by Maurice Lucas.
And right now, Maurice Lucas is a little bit tired. Portland's getting ready to make a substitution, and it looks like Walton's coming out. So it's Maurice Lucas is a little bit tired. Here we see Willie Wise make the play down to Byron Beck, who's in good position, and Lucas just reaches across him, fouls him in the act of shooting.
Robin Jones comes back in the game, assumes the number 1 rebounding slot on the left. Jones is 6'9". Out of St. Louis, Matt Calvin comes in on the back line, and Ted McLean comes out.
Of course, right now, as I was saying earlier, that Maurice Lucas was tired, and Coach Ramsey is going to give him a blow right now to get Lloyd Neal in there.
And Neal is 6'7", so Lucas comes out at 6'9". Walton comes out at 6'11", and Beck is at the line. That is Byron Beck's first point of the afternoon. He averages 4.5 per game on the year.
One of the things that Denver's doing right now, as Coach Larry Brown wanted them to do, he wants them to run their offense, run the fast break, but most of all, he wants them to get a good shot. And there we saw Bill Walton sitting on the bench.
He's got some hot puppies. He's nursing them a little on the bench with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Neither team in foul trouble. Both clubs have 3 fouls. There's a pushing foul by Calvin. They let it go, and Gilliam doesn't get the roll. The rebound by Webster, stolen away from behind him by Lloyd Neal. That's Lionel Hollins. He misses it, and Neal is again in with the rebound. Look at him battle. Look at him battle. What a comeback for him. He's had a bad knee. That left knee operated on this year. He wanted to play, and he is playing.
Lloyd Neal's
to the line.
Lloyd Neal's a strong young man, Jerry. And here you see he gets good defensive position right here. Well, right there you see him. He gets the ball back out again. Lionel Hollins takes a jump shot. Right there, Lloyd Neal goes up, fakes him, leans into him, and gets fouled in the act of shooting.
The first foul shot was good, and that's the second one. So now it is 78-77. The lead is not Portland's. They were down by 3, so they are now trailing by 1 with 1 minute and 42 seconds to go. Matt Calvin up against Lionel Hollins. It's Herm Gilliam against Jim Price, and the ball belongs to Portland. Jack Ramsey barks out a play now.
Now, Matt Calvin just lost the ball that time. I think he was trying to anticipate someone coming around, and he just threw the ball away.
Good pressure by Matt Calvin. Penetrating in, that's Robin Jones with it. He turns, takes the off-balance shot, doesn't get the roll. Walker went up too soon. Jones gets it back. That's Gilliam. 1 minute and 20 to go. Third period. A bucket here would put Portland into the lead. This crowd has really been fired up in Portland. They gave their team a 2.5 to 3 minute standing ovation before the introduction. Good defense set up right now. Walker, 6 points for the rookie.
I'll tell you, he has a real quick release on that shot, and the Portland crowd is just loving it.
25, now 26 lead changes. Some kind of a contest. 50 seconds left to go. Third period of action, 79-78 in favor of Portland. That's Beck. Watch the right-handed hook. It's blocked by Neal. Taken back by Beck, and a whistle. He might have stepped on the line, or was he fouled? He was fouled.
All right, now Denver seems to be a little bit disorganized. They're getting into their plays very sloppily and very slow. And here we see they finally get the ball down to Byron Beck. He turns. He gets fouled in the act of shooting.
And so Beck will go to the line. That'll be the 4th team foul call against Portland. Denver has 4 also. The action in Portland, Oregon. Jack Ramsey is appealing the play along with his assistant coach, Jack McKinney, from the bench. They say, no, it should not be a shooting foul. I think they're right. Jack won the argument. It was not in the act of shooting. They say he fouled him after the shot. It was blocked cleanly, but afterward they fouled him. So it's the inbound play, and Matt Calvin looks to the hoop and goes.
I'll tell you, he was very determined on that play there. Little Matt Calvin just put his head down. He said, you're going to have to foul me or knock me down, and both happened.
And so the lead changes again. It's now 80-79, and Denver takes the 1-point advantage. Denver missing the shot. Webster over to Matt Calvin. The play is called out by Larry Brown, and Calvin said, okay, so we'll watch play number 1. Triple screen to the left. Calvin looks for the man breaking off, Jim Price. Price shooting. Walker rebounding. 1 second to go. If it goes, it counts. It counts. Basket counts. Sensational. Sensational. The basket counts. They bring the ball up. We're going to the final 12 minutes of action. We have had 28 lead changes and 5 ties. Walker shooting outside. Rebounded by Jim Price, who keeps it alive. And Denver in the dark uniform will now try and fight back. A sensational, exciting basketball game here in Portland. Both clubs trying to get that one-game advantage. David Thompson against Wally Walker. Thompson has 28. Bobby Jones alone. The rebound taken away by Lloyd Neal. Now here comes Portland. 81-80. They lead. 28 lead changes. An incredible display of close basketball. That's Gilliam outside against McLean. And now Portland has their largest lead since early in the third period. They're up by 3 points. Throughout most of the third period, it was Denver on top, leading by a margin, and the lead seesawing back and forth. Now Portland comes up, and we have an 83-80 score, 10:57 to go. We're in the final period of basketball in Portland. Great defensive effort underneath by Dan Issel. The crowd is standing. They have called a foul, however. They have called a foul against Denver.
We'll get a chance to see that right now. The ball goes into Lloyd Neal. He's backing up. He's fighting for position. He's going to the basket. Right there, you see Wally Walker follows the rebound up, and he gets fouled. And right now, Portland has got the momentum.
What is killing us? If you can't grab it, knock it out. All right? All right. Go, fellas.
Next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, CBS Sports Spectacular will present the Chunichi Cup from Japan with three-time Olympic gold medalist Nadia Comaneci of Romania, Nelly Kim of the Soviet Union, and many more competing in that prestigious gymnastic competition. The Bluegrass Stakes from Keeneland Racetrack and the World Frisbee Championships. That's next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on a CBS Sports Spectacular. We are having a spectacular here, Lenny Wilkins. Here's a man who has really dominated the boards of late, now shooting at the foul line.
Well, that's true, Jerry. Lloyd Neal is having one whale of a quarter. Right now, the Portland bench has come in, and they're doing the job. They're making their presence felt right out here on the court. They're giving Denver fits.
That might be the key factor as you evaluate both of these clubs. The bench of Portland might be a bit stronger than the Denver bench. Bobby Jones going over to David Thompson. The lead is 4 for Portland. 10.5 to go in the game. That block taken by Robin Jones and Lionel Hollins. Now a bucket here would really give him some momentum. And that's the kid who blocked it. But it's not. The rookie scores. The rookie scores.
Now that's what we talk about. What Lionel Hollins can do. He can run the ball club. He can get the ball down. He can find the open man.
Robin Jones blocked the shot and made the stuff at the other end. Robin Jones has 4, and it's now a 6-point lead for Portland. But the stuff and the foul, the basket counts, and Bobby Jones answers the challenge.
And of course, right now, you'll see that what happened on that play there, and here we get a chance, Rattler, to look at that other play by Lionel Hollins. A great bounce pass to Robin Jones, goes underneath for a stuff.
Bobby Jones just came back and banged one through. He's got 15 points. He goes to the line, and Bobby Jones was fouled by Wally Walker, his 5th foul. They have gone a long way with the rookie in this one. The bench has really paid off, and the big factor now, as you look at it, is on the bench the starting team for Portland. That's the big factor.
And early in the game, you know, Larry Brown was talking about the fact that they were tired. Well, Jack Ramsey is able to give his team a rest right now because the bench is doing a great job out on the floor.
The lead is 4 for Portland. That launcher up by Gilliam, no good. The rebound taken away underneath. And here comes Denver. A bucket here would cut it back to within 2. That's Dan Issel. Neal with the rebound. Neal and Jones have done a good job filling in for Lucas and Walton, both on the bench, neither in foul trouble. Their team in command by 4 and both resting. Out of bounds. Neal threw it away. You wonder how long Ramsey's going to go before he'll bring the big guys in. Bob Gross is going to come back now.
And also right now, Denver has to improve their shot selection. They've come down the court the last 3-4 times and taken some very difficult shots. And there we see Bobby Gross coming in the game for Wally Walker, and also Bill Walton coming in for Robin Jones.
So here it is. And what a round of applause Robin Jones gets. And a huge burst of applause. That was for Robin Jones. So now the Portland team is in and they are rested. Let's see what happens here. The lead is 4 for Portland. David Thompson Thompson cuts it down to 2.
And that was a real good shot by David Thompson. He went to the baseline and just out-jumped Lionel Hollins. And Denver has to get good shots if they want to stay in this ball game.
David Thompson now has 30 big ones, and it's 86-84 as Denver comes roaring back. Maurice Lucas eludes one man and takes the shot too hard, and he's fouled. Fouled by Dan Issel. So Luke will go to the line. That is the 4th foul against Dan Issel. 4 fouls on Maurice Lucas, 4 on Bob Gross, and 5 on Wally Walker. Now 2 shots coming up for Maurice Lucas. Lucas has a 20-point average, has scored 23 in this one. He is 5 out of 6 from the foul line. He has had a great series, no question about it. Maurice Lucas averaged 23.5 points against the Nuggets this season. He was hot in that Chicago series, shooting 62.5% from the field. 9 minutes to go in the game. 88-84 Portland. In dark, Denver bringing it up. Gilliam, who has played a lot on the back line in this one, against Jim Price. Price looking for an open man. That's Thompson, who has been playing as a guard throughout most of the game. Price had it deflected over to Issel, and Issel misses the shot. That's Hollins coming up with it. Hollins 1-on-3, pulls up.
And no basket. They say that he double dribbled the ball coming down the court.
No basket. So the score reverts to the 4-point lead instead of the 8-point lead.
Dan Issel has to take a little bit more time on the shot. He's shooting the ball just a little bit too quick, and we'll get a chance to see this, right? Well, a little bit blocked out right there. Yeah, he picked the ball up, moved it to his left hand.
Now back to live action. Down by 4 points. The Denver Nuggets, Jim Price. Price has hit well outside in this one. He now has 6 points. All 3 of his shots taken outside. 88-86. Walton in the middle. Fakes the bounce pass. Goes on Issel. What touch for a big man at 6'11". Former UCLA great now has scored 22. We'll now go to Golden State. Let's pick up the action there with Gary Bender.
Welcome to Oakland. We're having a little altercation right now. Al Attles has one of his players being carried away by assistant coach Joe Roberts. Let's look at it. What happened on this play? It was away from the ball. As you can see, Cheney and Charlie Johnson. Terry Durham hits the deck there, the official.
Well, he learns how tough it is in the NBA. He's on the seat of his pants. He comes down. The fight really started, the attempt of the scuffle started when Johnson shot a jumper. Cheney came down on top of him, and Johnson got up to tell him, I don't like that.
Well, anyway, let's pick it up again. We're ready to go. Johnson back in the game. Joe Roberts just bodily carried him out of there. 82-78, and Cheney loses the ball. Pressure again by Johnson. And Golden State now has a chance to take their biggest lead of the game.
Well, they're up by 4. They've got to come down this time and set up and run a good offensive series. You can get emotional, but you can also get out of control. Warriors last week had some problems, and they end up winning the game. They hope they can get the same effect today.
Coming away with it now is Cassie Russell. Off it comes to Don Ford. 9:44 to go. Steal by Jimmy Parker. Up to Wilson. Elizabeth Dudley's got it. It is frantic here. I don't need to tell you. Here is Parker. Off it comes out of Welch, and we have another foul. A basket will not count. A foul before the shot. Away from the ball once again. So now it's 82-78 Golden State.
When we left you, it was a 4-point lead for Portland. Now it is 6, a goaltending call against Bobby Jones. And Jones inside has a block from behind, but he's fouled. A foul called against Gross. So it is 92-86. Bob Gross is unhappy. You see the man holding up his hands and saying, calm down, is the assistant coach Jack McKinney in the light suit. And at the line, Bobby Jones. The 5th foul called against Bob Gross. And with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left in this one, it is now 92-86. This is the biggest lead of the game, enjoyed by Portland, and Bobby Jones will try and cut it. Jones has missed 3 from the line today. He has made 3, looks for his 16th point. It is Issel, Jones, Thompson, Paul Silas, and Jim Price in the game for Denver. 92-87. Lionel Hollins on the back line with Herm Gilliam. Maurice Lucas up front with Bob Gross, and in the middle it is Bill Walton. There it goes to Bill. Walton trying to get to Gilliam. Gilliam misses the layup, tipped up and missed by Lucas. Tipped up and missed again by Gross. Tipped back by Lucas over to Hollins. They start the 24-second clock all over again. That's Gilliam. Lucas with the rebound. Out battles Issel underneath, and a foul call. Let's see what the call is. A foul call against Denver. That one hurt.
And this is what Larry Brown was talking about in the huddle earlier. He was upset because they were not going to the boards. We'll get a chance to see that foul right there. Herm Gilliam goes up for a shot. The shot's missed. Lucas gets the rebound. That's the third offensive rebound by Portland, and he's fouled by Paul Silas.
Silas knew it. He was upset with himself. We now have 5 team fouls on Denver and 3 team fouls on Portland.
You know, a problem a lot of pro players have is that they have such great jumping ability that many times they forget to block out. And that's what Denver's doing right now. And because of that, Portland just had 3 offensive rebounds in a row.
Paul Silas with 6 points and 7 rebounds commits the foul. Silas has fouled out of the game and leaves the contest with 6:51 to go. A big factor there. He's a big man on the board. So Silas is out of the game. And you're looking at Maurice Lucas, who missed his first and made his second. He goes for his 27th point. At the line, he has missed 2. He is 9 for 11 from the foul line with 27 big ones. And he is high man in the game this afternoon for Portland. But on the other hand, David Thompson has 30 points for Denver. It is now 94-87, the biggest lead of the afternoon for either club. Willie Wise in the game with Maurice Lucas. They're pushing each other. The shot now taken and missed by Wise, and Portland has the rebound. If they get a bucket here, they're going to be hard to catch. Hollins. Good movement, good body control. Martin has it.
And that was a great play by Lionel Hollins. A lot of people don't realize it, but he was looking to create something. He was penetrating, and we'll get a chance to see that. Here he is. He's penetrating. He's going to make the defense commit himself, and right here he's going to be looking for his teammates. Portland's defense has been very good, and Denver's had real problems trying to move the ball. Their passing has not been very good.
Lionel Hollins rebounded by Denver. They have to apply more defensive pressure and begin to run. That's what Larry Brown wants them to do. But Portland is controlling the momentum, as Lenny has told you. And Hollins is fouled. A foul call on Jim Price. That'll be against Denver. A penalty situation. And at the line, Lionel Hollins. When Hollins, as we said earlier, is not in foul trouble, he is a factor, but he's so aggressive earlier in the game, Len, that sometimes, Lenny, he gets in trouble, and there goes the man who keys the offense.
Well, he's trying to do a lot of things out there. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of quickness, and he's utilizing it. He's trying to create things on the floor, and just sometimes he has a little bit of a tendency to go a little too much, and you have to kind of pull him back in because, as you say, we don't want to lose him on fouls.
Lionel Hollins has 12 points. He has missed 1 from the line. Actually, you brought this man into basketball here in Portland when you were coaching here, did you not, Lenny?
Yeah, it was kind of a difficult year for Lionel a year ago, but as I told him, once he got over the hump, the fans would love him, and they're loving him right now.
5 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the game. The lead is 10 points, the biggest lead enjoyed by Portland. So now Denver needs to find someone to give him a streak. Matt Calvin will come back in the game. Jim Price trying to work one-on-one. David Thompson, who has been hot. That's Willie Wise going inside, and he's had it. So Denver just can't seem to get it going at this point, and time is running out on them. 5 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Other games in the NBA today. Going on now, Los Angeles, Golden State, Philadelphia, and Boston. And Boston came bouncing back to win that one. Washington defeated Houston 93-90 in their game. We have 5:35 to go in this one. The lead is 10 for Portland.
Right now, both teams are going to be in a penalty situation. I think that it will probably favor Portland because Portland is setting the tempo of the game. They're running it. They're controlling it. They're getting out on the break. And Denver is really having real problems passing that ball around.
At the line, Bobby Jones. Jones looks for his 17th point. Coming into the game, Ted McLean, who now will replace Jim Price. Matt Calvin now comes in on the back line, so you'll see David Thompson playing as a forward, and Porky Calhoun has come into the game. Jones makes it 97-88. The lead is 9 with 5.5 to go. go. That's McLean with it. McCalvin almost travels, almost dragged that left foot. Calvin going to go to the hoop, finds the man that's open, and Bobby Jones. Fine attempt by David Thompson, but I think he pushed Lucas on the play.
In that situation there, David Thompson was up in the air, and I think the foul could have gone either way. We'll get a chance to look at it right here. There's a shot by Bobby Jones, and you'll see Thompson coming in on a picture for the rebound. Right there, he's already up in the air. Now Lucas comes up. There's contact. And the foul could have really gone either way.
Tough one to call. Tough one to call. Denver gets the break. And on the replay, if the fans could see it, I don't think they'd be as upset as it appeared to the naked eye. But the officials don't get a chance to watch a replay, and neither do the fans.
And right now they're trying to calm down Maurice Lucas. He's pretty upset. In fact, he don't want to leave the floor. And Jack Ramsey is over there coasting him in, telling him, come on, big fella, take it easy.
So at 5:12 to go, Maurice Lucas has fouled out of the game. Lucas is out. The score is 97-88. David Thompson is on the line. 27 points for Lucas and 6 rebounds. And Thompson can bring him back now. A controversial call. Can it spark Denver? That's 2 points. The lead is 7. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Denver refusing to quit. Calvin applying the pressure to Gilliam. Gilliam bringing it up. 8 years in the NBA. That's Gross. Bobby Jones, and here comes Denver. A bucket here could cut it down to 5 with 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go. McCalvin over to Thompson. He goes over Bobby Gross.
I tell you, David Thompson gets down in the corner where he is free to do whatever he wants. He's a very difficult player to guard.
34 points for David Thompson. The lead is 5 points now for Portland as some momentum beginning to go over to Denver. But Bob Gross eludes one man and scores inside. Bobby Jones almost got him. The lead back to 7. 4:26 remaining. Thompson trying to do it all himself. Double team. Finds Jones, who looks for the open man, but it's anticipated and intercepted by Hollins. Hollins with good anticipation. Good defensive play by Bobby Jones. Bobby looks exhausted. A timeout called for Portland. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining.
Right there, you saw Larry Brown describing what he wants his team to do. He wants them to run a 1 week where they're going to isolate David Thompson down on the left side of the court. And if he doesn't have the shot, they're going to have an option where Issel will come off of Bobby Jones from down deep to the foul line. Look for him for an easy shot.
Now you're looking at Dan Issel, number 44. Issel against Bill Walton. Defensively, Ted McLean guarding Lionel Hollins. Wally Walker back in the game with 5 fouls. Maurice Lucas has just fouled out. Walker will be against David Thompson. And outside, Bobby Gross guarded by Mac Calvin. And the trigger man, let's see what he does with it. The trigger man looking for Walton. That is Twardzik. He goes over to Walker. Back to Walton. Walton has room to breathe. A great defensive effort by Issel. Walton. Let's see. It's no basket. No basket. They call traveling against Walton. And Walton is furious. So now it is Portland's turn to feel unhappy about a call.
Well, let's take a look right here. There he gets the ball. He's moving both feet around. That was a good call by the official.
Excellent call by the rookie official. It's 99-92. 4 minutes flat to go in the ball game. Denver trying to battle back into the corner. That is Mac Calvin. Can't take the shot. Looking to McLean. McLean trying to find an open man. Issel did not have time to shoot it. There's 7 seconds on the clock. Beating the clock with a shot. 36 points. David Thompson. 36 for Thompson. And Denver just refuses to quit. They're 5 down. They were 10 points down with 5.5 to go in the game. Bob Gross now has it intercepted by McLean. Here comes Denver. They could cut the gap now down to 3. McLean, bingo! And McLean cuts it down with 3.5 minutes to go.
That was a real big steal by McLean, and he used his head on the play. He got to the foul line, made the defense commit itself, and got a nice shot.
8 points for Ted McLean. McLean knocks it out of bounds. Tries to check Portland now. Portland needs to find someone to get him a big hoop here. 99-96, 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the game. That's the little guy Twardzik, the smallest man on the court, and he is fouled. Foul underneath. So Twardzik, playing with a bad back, gets a key play here.
Well, he's a smart player, and you'll see right here, he gets the ball in the wall, but he doesn't stand there. He goes right to the basket. The guard lost control of him. Bobby Jones had to come over and help, and he fouled him.
82% lifetime, 5 years in the professional ranks, 4 of them in the ABA. Dave Twardzik, a free agent. Twardzik gives his club a 4-point lead. Now it's 5. Portland on top by 5 with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the game. Denver needs a spurt. Both teams are in foul trouble. 101-96. The team in dark uniforms, Denver, they are trailing. That's Jones. He is watching it taken off the boards by Wally Walker. 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go. Jones steals it. The foul between Walker and Matt Calvin. They say the foul will be called against whom? It looks like it's against Calvin. Twardzik literally bounced on the floor.
I'll tell you, he's very lucky he didn't break his arm on that play there. We'll get a chance to look at that. And Bobby Jones makes a great steal on the play. And right there you see where he and Matt Calvin go after the ball. Twardzik coming down. His arm breaks his fall, but he's very lucky he didn't break the arm.
And his head bounced on the court. He is still conscious. Ron Culp, the trainer, is over him. He's all right. Boy, he's a tough kid. I'll tell you, he's 6'1", 180, a tough kid. Jack Ramsey now talking to him.
I'll tell you, he's not only a tough kid, he's a very smart kid. On that last play we were talking about earlier, when they got the ball down to Walton, the one thing that a guard must do is not stand around and watch, is to put himself in a very effective area. And Twardzik very wisely cut to the basket. The pass came back from Walton, and he got fouled on the pass off. A lot of guards would have stood on the top of the circle watching to see what Walton was going to do.
2 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the game. 101-96, Portland leading Denver. At the foul line, Dave Twardzik. Twardzik this afternoon has missed 1. He has made 3, looks for his 10th point. He could almost hear a pin drop before he shot. Portland was up by 10 with 5:38 to go. Now the lead, 103-96, is 7. We have 2:51 exactly to go in the contest. The crowd hoping that Portland can play some tough defense. Gissel has been shut off here in the final quarter. Gissel has 14, 36 for Thompson. Walton brings it up. 17 points for Bobby Jones. Those are the only men in double figures for Denver.
And right now, I think you're going to see them go down deep. They're going to run their split game off of Bill Walton, and they're going to use a little bit of time on that clock.
No question about it. Good defensive play by Bobby Jones. Jones with a great defensive effort. Watch him go to the hoop. A whistle on the play. The foul, I believe, will be against... I don't know who it's going to be against. I would have guessed Wally Walker. And I think they're going to call it against Walker.
No, they call an offensive foul on Bobby Jones.
Watch it. Oh, my goodness, the fans, the natives are upset. Look at the entire bench led by Larry Brown. Let's see what the call is and watch the play again.
Well, right there, the pass to Bobby Jones. He's starting to make his move. Both players are moving. But right there, Walker establishes pretty good position. I'll tell you, that's a tough call to make.
The call goes against Denver. The inbound play with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. The lead is 7 for the team with the ball. Walton now eating up the clock on a 24-second clock. 15, 14, 12, 11. 26 points for the kid from La Mesa. 26 points for Bill Walton.
And that's been the difference in this game up to this point right now, is that Portland has played a very intelligent ball game. They've used up the time on a 24-second clock. They've run their offense very crisply, whereas Denver has come down and they've been very poor on making the pass. They've run their plays very sporadically.
7-point lead now as Matt Calvin hit outside. You just saw Calvin has scored 4. Walton now running the attack out in front. Good passer, and he can also shoot out there. This time he misses, and the rebound hauled down by Bobby Jones with 1 minute and 28 seconds to go. 105-98. Calvin wants to go to the hoop. He does go to the hoop. He draws the foul, I believe. Let's see what the call is. Richie Powers says he was fouled. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go in the game. Larry Brown trying to bring his club back. Jack Ramsey looking at the scoreboard and realizing he leads by 7. But Calvin could cut it. They're in the penalty situation. Matt Calvin at the foul line.
And of course, Jack Ramsey's telling his ball club right now, we want to use a little bit of time on that 24-second clock. We want to come down, and we still want to get a good shot.
This man's the best percentage foul shooter on the Denver club. He hit 85% during the regular season. Matt Calvin. Walton has 26 points, 13 rebounds, and he has blocked 3 shots. So Bill Walton has been a big factor in this one. David Thompson has 36 points, and Matt Calvin makes it a 5-point game. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go. The pressure all over the court now, set up by Denver. Walton can't find an open man. Twardzik is stumbling as he goes to the ball. Let's see what the call is. The foul will be against Denver, might even be before the ball was inbounded.
Either way, they're in a penalty situation right now, so it's going to be a 2-shot foul. The foul is on Jimmy Price. And we'll get a chance to look at that right there. Denver's going into a full court pressure. And right there, Jimmy Price has got his hand. He's pushing Twardzik all the way over to the other side of the floor. Twardzik loses his balance. And Richie Powers, right on the play, makes the call.
This kid's got to lead the league in floor burns. Now it's a 6-point lead. 1:21 to go. We welcome the Lakers-Warriors audience to this telecast in Portland. The lead is 7 for Portland. Denver in the dark uniforms with 1 minute and 14 to go in the game. They need a first here, and David Thompson has banged in 36, tries to find room, and Dave Twardzik fouls him. 107 to 100 is the score here with 1 minute and 8 to go. David Thompson could cut the gap to 5. He's at the foul line.
Denver's really had a problem this quarter running their offense, Jerry. They seem to be in each other's way quite a bit of the time. Every time they would get the ball to somebody, it seemed like they're stumbling into a teammate, and this has really hurt them.
Twardzik has made 6 straight from the foul line in this period.
And Larry Steele comes back in the game right now. He's going to give Wally Walker a blow.
At the line, David Thompson. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go in the game. Dan Issel, very tired, has played with that infected foot. Actually, his infected toe. David Thompson now has 37 points. He has 38, and he is 8 for 8 from the line. 1 minute and 7 to go. 107 to 102, Portland. The Portland Trailblazers have 1 minute and 5 seconds to hang on. They have the lead of 5. The winner of this will have the advantage, 2 games to 1. Here in Portland, Denver trying to take the advantage and put the pressure on Portland for game 4.
All right, look.
1 minute, 5 seconds remaining here. The action now in Golden State is hot and heavy. We go to Gary Bender.
We have 1 minute 30 left here in Oakland. 103 to 100. Golden State leading. A follow tip is up and in. Clifford Ray with 1:26 left in the game. And Golden State has a 105 to 100 lead. 1 minute 21 left in this game. In the dark uniforms, the Lakers, and Jabbar has been fouled by Clifford Ray, and that will be foul number 5. As Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will go to the line. Golden State twice took the lead only to lose it and now have regained it, Steve Jones, but they're still with 1 minute 18, a lot to be decided.
Well, there's a lot to be decided, and a fellow on the free throw line, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, will probably be very big in the outcome. He's getting the position in very deep. He's got a free throw there. He puts it in. Clifford Ray can do nothing but suffer. He cannot let him get the ball in that deep if he's going to have any success at all.
And he has 5 fouls. That's 26 points for Kareem. Rebound by Ray. Ray rips it away from his teammate Wilkes. Pressure in the backcourt now by the Los Angeles Lakers. A 4-point lead now for Golden State. Here comes Johnson.
The play coming up, Lenny, with 1 minute and 5 to go, and Portland up by 5.
Larry Brown is fiercely trying to design something to get his players free, and he's going to look to go to have Dan Issel break up high, as we see right now, to get the ball, and they're going to look for David Thompson going on the back door right there.
David Thompson, tipped back by Bobby Jones, who keeps it alive. 107 to 102, 55 seconds left. That's the time remaining in the game. Thompson now cuts it down, 107 to 104, a 3-point lead. That's the time remaining in the game. Portland needs a basket here. They'll try and eat up the clock as much as they can. They lead by 3. Take the good shot, good percentage shot here. Good defense set up now by Denver. That's the time remaining in the game, remember. Now here comes Denver. A bucket here could cut it down to 1 point. McLean looking for Thompson. They're trying to find either Thompson, Issel, or Jones inside. Nobody moving. They're all flat-footed. Moving inside with a backdoor play. Scoring the basket counts is Ted McLean. 21 seconds to go. The lead is 1 point. Denver refusing to die. They'll come off the floor.
It's unbelievable. And right there, they came out to give a foul on that play.
We have 15 seconds left in the game. 107 to 106.
We'll get a chance to see that last basket right there. Jimmy Price makes a real fine pass underneath the basket to McLean, who fakes Bobby Gross up, comes on the other side of the basket. What a big hoop.
Herm Gilliam at the line. The lead is 1. Now the lead is 2. Gilliam, the veteran, the only player on the Portland roster who has had previous NBA playoff experience.
Well, Denver's gambling right now. They wanted to put a guy on the line, put the pressure on him in a one-on-one situation, hoping that he'll miss the second free throw.
Bill Walton has just stolen it. Here comes the icing. Gilliam scores. You see the time remaining in the ball game. Denver has called the timeout. They fought back, cut it to within 1 with 6 seconds remaining in the game. The lead is now 4 for Portland. But what an effort. What a whale of a comeback try by Denver. They were down by 1 a moment ago, but a key play coming the other way now gives it the advantage, 110 to 106 in favor of Portland.
That was a real difficult break for Denver. I think that Jimmy Price was thinking about what he was going to do, and he may have taken his eye off the ball just a little bit on that pass to him, and we'll get a chance to see that. They get right back into the game. Just a great play. And here you see after they lost the pass, Portland regained it, gets it down court to Gilliam, who goes in and puts icing on the cake.
So Larry Brown had his men take the foul, which they did. He gambled they would miss 1 out of 2, which they did, and then losing the ball on the other end instead of just a 2-point lead and a chance to tie the game. It's now a 4-point lead.
That was a good play by Larry Brown, because after all, if you let Portland have the ball, they would have just ran the timeout.
Go give David
Let's see what Larry Brown is saying in his huddle now with 6 seconds to go.
Jimmy, what I want, Bobby's first look is to Dan over the top. The clock stops, all right? Second look is Jimmy. He's not open, you hit Jimmy. Jimmy got the jumper. Bobby and Dan are passing the board. The third look, the screen came too soon on David. Teddy, wait. Time your screens to DT. And Teddy, run right to the corner. If you got a problem, throw it here for Teddy for the jumper. Now, look, we have no timeouts left. Nah, they call it double 20 seconds. Look, we have no timeouts left. We got to go 45. Everybody got to match up. If they throw the sucker long over our heads, the hell with it. Just pressure all over the board. Jimmy, there's nothing you can do about making a mistake. I'm here. All right.
The Golden State game was produced by Bob Stenner and directed by Tony Verna. The final there, 109 to 105, Golden State. They're flashing that on the scoreboard. 6 seconds to go in this one. Time running out on a valiant Denver club. They need 4 points. They'll inbound it with Bobby Jones underneath. Let's see. Remember, the clock doesn't start until somebody touches the ball on the court. 6 seconds to go in the game. The lead is 4 for Portland. Bobby Jones hits David Thompson. They need 4 quick points. He's going to go inside to Jones. That's it. The ball game is over. The ball game is over. The Portland Trailblazers have beaten the Denver Nuggets 110 to 106 in Portland.